they wrap up the draft in round 6 at only 14 picks later with Elijah Mitchell out of Louisiana. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, quite frankly, this might be my favorite pick of the draft outside of Trey Lance. So
Okay.
you're talking about a guy who's 218 pounds, ran a 4.33 40, and I know that there's some rumors that he may have lost a little bit of weight to make that 40 time, but let's say he's a high 4.3 guy at 218 pounds. Are you kidding me? Shanahan is going to have an absolute field day with defenses, and an athlete like that who's big, physical, that fast. I mean, him and Sermon for years to come can be an absolute 1-2 punch, a dynamo for all teams to deal with, quite frankly. And I think that I think this kid's going to be great in this offense. I really do.
Yeah. And on that point, you mentioned that he did lose a little bit of weight going into his pro day, which kind of helped out with this 40 time. But heck, take that out of there. Even if he's a 4.4 guy,
Right.
at 208 pounds, 210 pounds, whatever it is, if he gets back up to 215, 220, another big back, for the 49ers in the backfield. And that really seems to be something that they focused on over the last about week and a half of,
Yeah.
right at the end of their free agency signing and then in the draft, because that kind of signaled to me that they were if you think back about it now, it's like, yeah, we should have seen there's a lot of things ahead of time that told us that it was going to be Trey Lance and it wasn't going to be Mac Jones, no matter what anybody was saying. And I think one of them is the size of the backs that they've signed, because I think there's definitely going to be a shift in this offense, and these bigger backs are going to help them be able to run the ball more often and be more aggressive in the running game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Mitchell can bring. I like this pick as well. When this pick first came up in the 6th round, I was like, another running back, because at that point, they hadn't got that receiver yet. Then you sit back and you look, and you kind of look at the player for a minute, and you're like, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense with everything else that they've done so far in the draft. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this backfield shakes out, because there's 5 guys for I think 4 spots, and it's going to be I think a heck of a battle in training camp this year.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. I want to